Hello and welcome to another update on this lightning damage build for Monk. Basically, Combat Frenzy gains frenzy charges on freeze, electrocute, and pin, and we are making our Herald of Thunder electrocute. And then Power Conduit on the passive tree will turn the frenzy charges we gain into power charges. That's basically all the interactions. So it removes a lot of the difficulty in actually, or sorry, not power conduit, resonance. So it removes a lot of the difficulty with playing the build. There's a lot of things wrong with my passive tree that I would like to fix, but ultimately I cannot fix them. It just costs way too much gold from like respecking, testing, respecking, testing, respecking, testing, and currently my build is just way too scuffed. I will be making a new build and I'm going to be going non-crit on that build, and I'm probably going to be trying out a lot of other various technology that I'll talk about later on the video. In short, I think Into the Breach is just a really bad node. My one advice and feedback to the development team is if you are standing in a breach, those flames need to slowly move towards you, and you can make it so that the final node makes it so that they like sprint towards you. So it really feels like you are actually like getting empowered by the flames rather than them getting like stuck in terrain and whatnot. Additionally, I think it could just be like you can make it so that like instead of power charges, everything just considered like flames, and when you have flames, you gain those buffs. I don't know. Like it just, something needs to change so it's more consistent and reliable. Basically, I can kill things, and as I kill things, I apply shocks with Herald of Thunder or electrocutes, and that will basically stun the enemy. And spoiler alert, I'm about to die. Pre-watch. But this is the main issue with the build. Even with 25% chaos res, I just instantly get one-shotted. You need to really up the speed of a character in order to make it viable in the end game. There's too many like risky mob types and mob damage, especially for white mobs. Specifically like slams and evasion just do not work out. A white mob in a level 65 zone can slam me for 90% of my HP, and the moment that you roll like extra cold on your waystone, you're just dead. You're instantly dead. There's a lot of abilities in this game that are considered slams that just don't make any sense. And like when I look at a lot of like the evasion and the frenzy charge stuff, I see some viability, but I also know that evasion just plays like shit. So I want to do some weird evasion, non-crit, really leaning into like just high attack speed and the instant leech shit. And just test it out, see how bad it is. I can't afford the gold respec to test out something extremely like experimental, and I can't like if it cannot farm, then I cannot gain gold to then expend on like reformatting my character to a playable state. So I'm basically fucked no matter what I do. I really wish that grinding your games didn't make respecking your passive tree cost gold, or if they did, it was like 1/10 of the gold that it currently does. I think 10 gold per level, and then an additional like 100 gold every 10 levels, which basically would equal out to 2,000 gold at level 100 per passive point, is understandable and respectable. And then for the Atlas passive tree, they can maintain the same like respec costs. Like that doesn't bother me. Like the Atlas passive tree should cost more in my mind, because that's something like permanent, and like you can still farm gold while it's impaired. Like if you fuck up or you take stuff that you don't want to have, like that makes sense. Your character being scuffed does not make sense. And attribute, like changing the attribute nodes should be completely free. There should be no gold cost. And you should be able to select the level of your gems so that you don't have to be like int or dex starved or whatever in order to use high level abilities, like a high level curse that does not provide any additional penetration. Just costs like a ridiculous amount of intelligence when you could use a low level curse. But I am thinking that like the mana monk stuff, there may be some possibility of it being good. I just have to test it out. And the reason I think it's going to be viable is because of the frenzy charges from freezing with like the cold abilities could freeze the enemies, and then instead of like investing in crit, you're just investing in like attack speed, and then your leech is instant, so your mana is constantly going up. The enemies are also frozen. There's a lot of like mana and evasion and ES stuff on the tree. I think it could work. I don't know how well it's gonna work, but essentially something's got to change because currently like crit on the passive tree just requires way too many passive points, and it limits you to like specific areas, and it's not allowing any chaos monks to get the like chaos stuff. Additionally, Invoker is incredibly overtuned, and Unbound Avatar is busted. This is 10 times stronger than Mantra of Destruction. Anyways, see ya. Peace.